Hello, everybody. It is March the 29th, 2020. Here you are, and here I am on Wrestleview Weekly. Oh boy. Today is a culmination of an incredibly wild week when it comes to the wrestling, especially the Wrestlemania and the things. But also, today is a very magical day. Those that are regular listeners and viewers of Wrestleview Weekly will understand why. But yes, today is a truly magical day here on Wrestleview Weekly. Hello, everybody. I am Doug Lackey, veteran columnist of Wrestleview.com and co-host of Wrestleview Live, alongside the effervescent editor-in-chief of Wrestleview.com, Mike Tedesco, where we will be covering WrestleMania next weekend, both Saturday and Sunday, immediately following the broadcasting of the WrestleManias. So catch us live right here after Saturday and after Sunday, this Saturday and next Sunday, where he and I will talk about how weird this show is, was, probably could be. Take your pick. That's all I got there. But yes, we'll be here next weekend. Got to get the pleasantries out of the way first. If you're in the chat room now, you say, wee! If you're not in the chat room, there's not a damn thing I can do about that. I see Lewis. I saw Jamel. Who else is in there? Come on, you guys are not doing a goddamn thing. You are inside. You're locked in your home unless you're from a dum-dum state. I see CJ. I see Mashoon. Dougamania, that's me. Wee! Who else is in there? I see Daniel. I see, who else is in there? We'll find out. Oh, he's asking me what's wrong with the face. This is on my cheek when, first, I love pizza. And so, whenever some people get breakouts, I get cysts. Very deep pimples. And so this guy on my cheek is healing. It was very, very owie. And so I'm trying to get that all healed up, which was kind of a reason why I was almost off of doing the show today, because of how bad this was kind of looking. But, you know, what are you going to do? Gills is in the chat room. Wee! Yeah, I know, Jamel. It is kind of, I'm not going to go into descriptions of what it is or what happens to it. The thing is, this thing has been going on for like a week and a half, 2 weeks. If you haven't been seeing during my past shows, you would see it and everything. So, I don't know. Should have taped and put it on YouTube for views? Well, yeah, maybe. I could have taped it, Ebony, I guess. I don't know. Deanna thought Deanna did something to me. No. She's going to definitely do something to me after watching 2 straight days of WrestleMania. That's for damn sure. All right. So, on the show today, first off, WrestleMania is next weekend. And so, we're going to try to predict WrestleMania. But first, I figured before we did that, we would visit the WrestleMania whiteboard. It's been over a month, about a month or 5 weeks, since we've looked at our WrestleMania whiteboard, where we have been trying to predict WrestleMania since Survivor Series, So I figured we'd take a look at it and go, what in the hell's going on here? There's been a lot of news dropping down for the past week regarding the WrestleMania card. And so we need to sit down, make some sense of all of this. I would like to make predictions, but Lord knows what's happening right now when it comes to WrestleMania. Jamel saying, no matter what, this will go down as a memorable Mania for both good and bad reasons. Yeah, you're right. This is going to be a one-of-a-kind WrestleMania that everyone's going to remember. And I really hope that a lot of people remember the times that are happening right now when later on down the year happens and we all start standing in line to fill in Scantron sheets. I hope everyone remembers what's happening right now. So yeah, we're going to definitely talk WrestleMania. Try to predict. I don't know if we're going to predict anything, but I definitely want to look back at what we thought was going to happen on the card for WrestleMania, and then where the hell are we? CJ Scantron, the little bubble-in sheets. That's what we do here for voting in North Carolina, as we fill in the circles and Scantron sheets. We don't do, it's not electronic here. Thank goodness. Yeah, this is going to be interesting when it comes to WrestleMania. Also on the show, we're going to cover the go-home shows. Well, I guess they're not go-home shows. We're going to cover NXT and SmackDown. Lots of stuff happening on NXT that I want to talk about. On SmackDown, just as much so. Brand new matches going into the WrestleMania card. Who'd have thunk that? Lots of news. But the big one that I know everyone in the chat room and regular listeners are wanting to talk about is why this day is so magical. It is, first off, the WWE Milk Carton. For two reasons, it is a magical day. For number one, this is the largest milk carton we have ever had. Largest. The WWE Milk Carton is 46 performers deep. 46 performers that have not appeared on TV or pay-per-view in the past 3 weeks. Okay? So that's number one. And number two, this is the day where we have inducted our second member into the Milk Carton Hall of Fame. Grash in the chat room sent me some tremendous graphics over the Twitter. Thank you so much, Grash. I'm definitely using these. It is a magical day.
Come to Puerto Rico, the shining star of the Caribbean.
It is a magical day. Our tag team, the stalwarts of the WWE Milk Carton, the Colognes, are forever enshrined into the Milk Carton Hall of Fame. They will never be taken off. They will never be deleted. They will never be off the Milk Carton. They are forever enshrined in the Milk Carton. Over 1 year that these two have been on the WWE main roster and have yet to appear on television or pay-per-view. Oh, man. Gosh. It's truly magical times. And yeah, Lewis is right. Next up on the block, we're going to talk about that. So, yes, it is magical, magical day here on Wrestleview Weekly. Okay. Also, what are the sources today? It is a no-brainer, okay? When it is a special day like today, you break out the happy sauce. So, yeah, we are going straight to the Scotch on the rocks. It is mandatory that we do this. It's a mandatory. Drinking from my Christmas, one of my Christmas scotches that I got. Tomatine Scotch. 12 years aged. Highland single malt Scotch whiskey that we're going to be digging into. There's no point in giving you an ABV on Scotch, okay? But can I find it? Can I raise up my glasses and find it? I'm not sure. Oh, there it is. It's, let's see. So, let me see. 0.1. I'm trying to think like 0.85 ABV, 11.7 ABV. So this one by volume is 43. 43. Normally, like vodka is 40. I like Absolute Red Label because I think that's 70. That's 70 proof. So yeah, tomatine. The good stuff. The good stuff. Yeah. I got to lift up my glasses when stuff's real close to me. I got to lift up my glasses. I can't help it. Yeah, I'm getting old. What of it? Yeah, Jamel. What of it? Oh, by the way, for prediction's sake, 86 proof? Ooh. Yes, that's what it is. Also, so a lot of you know when it comes to the predictions, I make lock picks, and so we take a shot of the Luna Azul Blanco tequila. However, Hayden in the chat room goes, wee! Hee hee. However, here in the state of North Carolina, the governor just issued a stay-at-home order that starts tomorrow. And so, yes, everyone's a freaking idiot and having large parties before it happens. Parks around the state were filled to the brim with people, not able to practice social distancing. Yeah, so. But Mashoon, thank you for noticing. Yeah, the bottle is nearly half empty, and so I had to make sure before the stay-at-home order is issued. Liquor stores are essential businesses in North Carolina. Just got to say that. But I did, just in case, buy a backup. Because I fear that with this WrestleMania card that I'm going to try to predict, we're going to go over. We are seriously going to go over. This WrestleMania card is so weird. And when I mean weird, it is constantly changing. We don't know what's happening when or anything like that. For crying out loud, a lot of it's not even going to be happening at the Performance Center. A lot of the matches, well, we'll get into it. We'll get into it. Just take a sip of the happy stuff. Oh, fun fact, all the states that have issued stay-at-home or shelter-in-place orders and, essential businesses come into play, there is only one state where liquor stores are not an essential business, and that is Pennsylvania. Of all the states that have issued stay-at-home orders and shelter-in-place, Pennsylvania is the only state where liquor stores are not essential, which means they're closed. So, if you are from the state of Pennsylvania and you are angry right now, I totally understand. Mr. V, I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. Okay? So, if you needed any more reason to move, well, you can't right now because, the Rona. So, sorry. Pray for Mr. V. Hope that he gets through this. Speaking of my job, being the office manager, circulation manager, and business manager for Speed Sport Magazine and Sprint Car and Midget Magazine, we are considered an essential business because we are media. Who'd have thunk it? Media is considered an essential business. Whether you're newspapers, magazines, television, radio, you're an essential business. So I still go to work even though I am the only one coming into the office. And also one of my side jobs is accounting. And accounting falls under essential business. So I'm okay. It's all good to go. Hayden said golf courses are essential in Arizona. Huh. That's interesting. The golf courses, I don't think they're considered essential, but I know our public golf course, no golf carts. That's the big one. No golf carts is the big one. So, I am essential. I am important. But I think everyone else in there is important. I think all of you in the chat room are important because you really times are tough, times are stupid, and I'm glad that you guys are tuning in right now, listening, whether live or whenever at your own convenience, to take this show in and how stupid it is and how stupid everything is, but just to entertain, So, Shane's in the chat room. He went, wee! All right, so here we go. Time to get this going. NXT. I do want to talk about NXT. I think important things happened on this show. The number one thing is no replays and no pre-taped interview segments. Where are you? There you are. Yeah. An actual full show of NXT. Though you can question why they're doing some things. I guess I don't know. That's just me. Tomato Chomper staring at Triple H like he just took the final slice of cheesecake. Johnny Gargano, I don't know. There we go. Yes, so there was going to be this big old talking here with Paul Levesque between Tomato Chomper and Johnny Gargano. Austin Theory versus Tyler Breeze, a little match that had been brewing for the past 2 weeks because they bumped into each other backstage for some reason. I don't know. Austin Theory catching Tyler Breeze on the back of his shoulders. That's impressive, okay? That is incredibly impressive. Whoa. Of course, he can't do that with anyone else other than someone like Tyler Breeze. Man. But your winner of the match would be Tyler Breeze after he would take advantage of Austin Theory gloating with him with the cell phone and then hit beauty shot, I guess. But that's how he would win. So there you go. Killian Dane with his receding hairline and all is still in the States? Killian Dane on NXT in a squash match against Tahuti Miles? Todd Miles. Killian Dane off the milk carton. Last time we saw him was, I think he was in a match against Double D Dijakovic to validate why Double D should be going after Keith Lee for the North American title of the NXT Persuasion. Dodger Ryan in the chat room going, wee! Oh, say from L.A. Oh, dang. Ryan, Deanna, my girlfriend, is originally from L.A., Malibu. And so she and I have been paying attention to all the stuff that's happening in California. It is interesting, to say the least. L.A., when it comes to essential businesses and stay at home, they don't tolerate shit. You better do what they say over in L.A., or else they're going to shut off your water and your power if you still try to stay open and you're not an essential business, okay? More power to them. They got that shit on lock, okay? All right. Killian Dane off the milk carton in a job match, a little squash fest against this Tootie. Wearing the camo overalls. Yeah. Okay. Camo overalls. All right, Tootie. That's what you want to do. That's okay. Cameron Grimes versus Tony Nese. Yeah, Cameron Grimes against Tony Nese. Just to verify that Cameron Grimes is still a thing, Cameron Grimes would pick up the win by jumping on Nese's chest. That's how he would do it. Yeah. Dodger Ryan, LAPD, pulled over my friend due to more than having two passengers citation, $400 each. Yeah. HOV lanes. Don't fuck with them. Yeah, so, man. See here. Scroll on through. Yeah, Cameron Grimes. Victorious over Tony Nese. Xia Li is supposed to be facing Aaliyah in a qualifying match for the NXT Women's Championship. Footage is shown in the back that Xia Li broke Aaliyah's nose 4 months ago. I'm so glad they reminded us that Aaliyah had a broken nose for 4 months, because I was doing it. I have the sources. The WWE pays attention to the WWE Milk Carton. They do. Xia Li is backstage holding her knee. She's not making it out to the entrance. She's crying. What the heck happened? Greg Hamilton says that Xia Li is not medically cleared for the match tonight, but someone else is. Wait, hold on. Wait, okay, So first off, Io Shirai, after a severe knee sprain, is back on active performance. Back to actively performing and still doing this wacky screaming stuff. But yeah, she's back. But more important to the fact, Aaliyah? 4 months, broken nose. No. Aaliyah, off the milk carton. She had been there since November of last year. And she's back. But more to it, people are going to be wondering, who who pulled Tanya Harding on Xia Li? Why wasn't Xia Li crying out why? Why? I don't know why she wasn't doing that. But Io Shirai with the nice little moonsault off the top rope. Whee! Do I need to keep on going? Yeah, I kind of do. Xia Li climbing up to the top. I like when she kneels there. Whee! It is nice to see Io Shirai back, but it'd just be even better if there was a live crowd in the audience to whee! To react to her doing the moonsaults and the things and the going of whee! There we go. Okay. That's enough of that. Jamel saying it was Conti who took out Xia Li. Okay. I can buy that. Give her something to do. Sure, why not? I want to talk about this. Promo video for Dexter Lumis. This cat was involved in the NXT Breakout Tournament about close to, I think, a year and a half ago before NXT debuted on the USA Network. A very odd-looking cat, blonde hair, brown mustache. He likes wearing the overalls, suspenders. No, he wears the suspenders. He had been doing some weird, eccentric videos on Twitter, but I'm telling you, I'm digging this. Just a guy with bright sky blue eyes, blonde hair, brown mustache, and just has a look of... I think the best way to describe him is like a very terrorizing owl. You know how owls have the big eyes and they'll stare at you and it's look like they're peering into your soul? If he just does a blank face like that where he's turning his head like that, that is fantastic stuff. I'm digging this, okay? I don't care if he talks or not. Don't care. If he can say everything just from the look on his face, he says so much just from the look of his face. Okay? Now what matters more is what kind of an entrance he's going to have and what kind of moveset he's going to have. I'm very, very curious about this. I'm enthused, I'm excited, and curious. But finally, Dexter Lumis can now be a part of the main roster. He is on the main roster, but he never debuted on the USA Network. Now, he technically has. So, from here on out, if we don't see him for 3 weeks, you're going to see him on the milk carton. So, there you go. Keith Lee gets in the ring. Double D gets in the ring. They talk. Damian Priest shows up, and then they all start beating up each other. Basically, Double D somersaults off the top rope. I'm not really in a wee mood right now. I know I could go wee, but he's a very large individual, so it would just be wee. It's amazing that they still do that kind of stuff, even though there's no people in the crowd to react to it. You know? Wish there were some people in there, like have some staff members reacting or something like that, you know? But, oh well. So, this stuff would happen, and yeah, we're going to get a triple threat match between them. Who knows? Adam Cole, shown poolside on vacation, celebrating being the longest reigning NXT champion in the history. Good for him. Showing, I think, what's more fascinating than anything with this promo and him being by a pool and very small fenced-in thing. Andrew saying, "Wee!" Most crowds don't react to wheeze anyway. Well, yeah. Yeah, you're right, Emily. What's more fascinating is look at the reflection in his sunglasses. You can see that he is actually holding a phone. Far too often we see these promos like this that are shot like they're on a phone. You know, far too often we know that's not the case. You know, that there are other people involved. There's a production crew involved. But this is fascinating. That it was actually shot on a phone held by him. Color me surprised. You know, I thought it was kind of fascinating to see that. All right. Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch versus Shane Thorne and Brendan Vink. Shane Thorne was also on Monday Night Raw in a match, I think. But now he's teamed up with Shane Thorne. What's Shane Thorne doing? What? We haven't seen Shane Thorne off the milk carton. Haven't seen him since November when he faced off against South Dakotan Mansoor on an episode of NXT. We never knew that Mansoor performed outside of South Dakota, but apparently he did, and Shane Thorne was the only person that he could face. So Shane Thorne would also appear on SmackDown. He was the Iron Man of the week, appearing on all 3 shows for the WWE. I don't know if that's ever happened. Nafisa Dutt in the chat room goes, "Wee!" I don't think that's ever happened. Ever since the debut of the NXT on the USA Network, that one person has appeared on Raw, NXT, and SmackDown. I don't think Seth Rollins has done it. I don't think Charlotte's done it. All in the same week, too. I'm not sure. I don't know. I think this might be history. I'm going to have to do some research on this one. Because not only does he get off the milk carton after not being on television for 4 months, but he comes off with a bang and appears on every television show. And on each show he loses. Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch would get the dual submissions on the 2 guys. Whatever. Yeah. Who'd have thunk it? I don't know. Coming up next, qualifying match for the NXT Women's Champion #1 contender, Candice LeRae versus Kayden Carter. Candice LeRae would be your winner, doing the drop toe hold and then kind of doing a nice senton, but then she would lock on Johnny Gargano's finisher and get Kayden Carter to tap out. So, yeah. That's how she would do that. Matt Riddle versus Roderick Strong, because Pete Dunne is in Europe, I believe. He's over in England and he can't travel, so it's just Matt Riddle on his lonesomes facing Roderick Strong. Yeah, that match would happen. Things would occur here. Matt Riddle doing the little go to sleep, follow with the German. That is not how he would win. Instead, Strong getting the running forearms, but then Riddle catching him with they call that the Bro Derek. I don't get it. I don't know why that's called the Bro Derek. That looks more like a gotch slam, gotch driver, or something like that. Yeah, your winner of that match via that thing would be Matt Riddle. After the match, Malcolm Bivens, I believe, yes, would walk out after Rinku Singh and Gurjar Saurav beat the holy hell out of Matt Riddle. These are, if you recall, about a good month and a half, 2 months ago, these were two giant Indian, and I'm not talking Indian, I'm talking Indian wrestlers that are near, I think, 6'7", 6'8", big boys that have been trained over there. They have now been introduced into NXT with Malcolm Bivens. They call it Malcolm Enterprises, it looks like. Here we go. Just look at the look of these guys. I think they're more like 6'5". Malcolm's a very short individual. But Malcolm Bivens, if you have been following him on the Twitter for at least the past year, he is absolutely hilarious. This guy is fantastic. But it's just what's weird is him being put in this position where he's not really going to be funny. He's more going to be like, how do I put this? The spokesperson for the Monsters? But it's not funny haha stuff. I mean, Heenan, when he was a manager, he was only funny when he got on a microphone or something like that. But I just don't see him, Bivens or Malcolm, in that role. I love it that we need more managers. We need more managers. Totally for it, okay? We just need managers in general. And so, but for anyone to think that he's going to be a funny, hilarious manager, I don't think so. This guy is going to be more like, the handler to the Monsters is what he's going to be. Yeah. This ain't going to be funny. This ain't going to be funny stuff. And I'm not sure. He's probably going to be dialing back a lot on the funny stuff on the Twitter. Like for the past 2-3 years, he tried to find out who stole his Discman, which I loved. That series of tweets that he would put out was just absolutely fabulous. But yeah, Michael Bivens with the two gigantic Indian guys who were very, very sloppy during this beatdown. Just give him time. Give him time. Yeah, Jamel, exactly. Bivens is going to be a lot more like Ellering with AOP is what he's going to be. So, yeah. There must be a ton of Singh family members. Singh is like Smith, okay? Singh in India is like Smith in the States. All right? What are you going to do? But yeah, it's kind of interesting. Velveteen, we've got a lowdown here of the matches that are going to be happening next week on NXT, the go-home show for Wrestlemania. We have Velveteen Dream facing off against Bobby Fish. Triple threat match for the North American title, Keith Lee, Double D, and Damian Priest. But finally, a second chance gauntlet match for the number one contenders ladder match for the NXT women's title. Let me see if I can get this picture up here and see if I can see who all of these. Xia Li, Shotzi Blackheart, Caden Carter, Aaliyah, Dakota Kai, and Diana Perazzo is who we got. So, yeah, these 6 ladies. Of these ladies that are on the main roster, ones that are not, let me see. I think Shotzi Blackheart is the only one that is not on the main roster. So, there you go. Those are your 3 matches that are going to be happening on NXT that were already taped. No spoilers have been let out because no one could be in there to watch them. So there you go. Triple H, Paul Levesque is in the ring, calls out Tomato Ciampa, asks him to get into the ring. He also wants Johnny Gargano there. There's not going to be any touching, no physicality, no nothing. He says he's had it of these two. It's got to finish. It's got to end. If this happens again between the two of them, if these two touch each other again, they're both going to be let go. This is it. And so, what does he propose? What's proposed is in 2 weeks, we're going to get these two somewhere in a building of some kind and a referee. An empty building, a warehouse of some kind, or maybe the Performance Center again. But in 2 weeks, they're going to do their thing. Probably in an empty arena, probably incredibly staged and pre-produced. Yeah, that's what we're getting. They wanted to have it on WrestleMania, on the grandest stage of them all, but no, that's not happening. So that's what we're getting with these two, is a pre-produced empty building match a la the Rock Mankind halftime heat. Yeah, that's what we're getting. I'm for it if it's the last of it. I'm tired of these two. I'm tired of NXT's programming revolving around these two. But after that announcement that Paul Levesque makes, on the giant screen airs the promo and vignette that we have been getting for the past month involving the debut of Killer Kross. Just as I am with Dexter Lumis and curious about his debut, I'm very fascinated by his. I've never seen Killer Kross. I know he was from Impact, TNA Impact. I know that his gimmick was like very apocalyptic, maybe religious in tone a little bit, and that's why I'm fascinated by it. I haven't seen anything involving him with TNA and Impact or anything like that. So I think watching it with fresh eyes will be great. But this, I am fascinated by. I love religious undertones. I love apocalyptic Armageddon, destruction and famine stuff. I mean, that's why characters like, I loved Mordecai. I loved the character Mordecai. I loved Papa Shango. I loved the occult, creepy, weird, but death and destruction type stuff. You know, there's just something that gets the hairs on the back of your neck going. So I'm very, very curious how this is going to go down. He's definitely going to get involved in the pre-produced match in the empty building. I can't wait to see what the look is, how they do this. Yeah, truly, truly fascinated. What did everyone think of NXT? Who cares? We don't give a damn about what you think about NXT because you probably weren't watching it. So that was the NXT. Very good episode of NXT. No replays, no long-winded monologues, no lots of things to remind us why things are important. Yeah, Ebony asking, is he going to bring Scarlett Boudreaux? I don't know. I really don't know. She may show up. She could be a valet. I know she's a performer. She could perform in the ring. Who knows? You know, that's why I'm really curious about Killer Kross's debut and what they could do with this character. I'm very, 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 very curious. So, and excited. So, yes. All right, SmackDown. Let's go ahead and talk about SmackDown. Important things happened, but oh boy. All right. We start off the show with Karen and Sasha talking again about all the women they're going to be facing in their six-way thing, their clusterfuck for the SmackDown Women's title. Lacey Evans would come out and say words. Naomi would come out and say words. Tamina attempted to say words, which left all of us throughout this entire segment reacting just like Sasha. Oh boy. So yeah. This was Dana Brooke was supposed to also be a part of this thing, but she wasn't there. News on that. We'll talk about that. Drew Gulak versus Shinsuke Nakamura. If Drew Gulak wins, Daniel Bryan's going to face Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship at the WrestleMania. Drew Gulak getting sent over to the corner. Nakamura eating a drop kick. And then Nakamura doing kind of a sloppy, shoving his shin into Gulak's mug, jumping from the second rope. Let me see. How do I put this when it comes to... I feel like we need to talk about Shinsuke Nakamura a little bit. For the past 6 months regarding Shinsuke Nakamura, everyone's been going ape shit about how he's been written, how he's been put into programs. Oh, how come they doing this to Shinsuke? Oh, he was NXT champion. He had New Japan. Whoa, he shouldn't be in this position. They're underutilizing him. This right here shows why he is in the position that he's in. Okay? And I don't think he has a problem with that. I don't think Nakamura has a problem being on, the mid-card, not saying a word, I don't think he has a problem with this. Everyone else having a problem with it is truly entertaining. But you should not be surprised at this. Nakamura right now should be thankful he's on television. Period. Okay? With how he has been recently, and I mean recently before this whole COVID crap, he should be thankful that he's on television. He's been on the Milk Carton once. But, it's showing why he has been brought down. Okay? He doesn't do much, people. In the ring, he doesn't do much. Just because he added a sliding German suplex doesn't mean anything. No. And he's getting there in age, too. I think he's approaching 40. If he's not there already. He can't do everything that he used to do in the ring 10 years ago. So everyone going apeshit bonkers about where Nakamura is, watch his past work for the past 9 months to a year when he had a mid-card title. And then you'll see why he's in the position that he's in. Drew Gulak would win this match, leading Sami Zayn to react profusely. Small men with beards saying yes. Foreigners in the ring trying to talk to the referee and say their piece. Ryan saying, yeah, he's 40. Yeah, Knox 40. Ebony asking, are they using a smaller ring? They could be using a smaller ring, but I think it looks smaller because you don't see the crowd. So, here we go. Drew Gulak won. Daniel Bryan facing Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental strap at the WrestleMania. Michael Cole brings us to Mandy Rose, Otis, Dolph Ziggler, love triangle type thing. So, we went backstage. Dolph Ziggler is FaceTiming, apparently talking about Otis, FaceTiming with Mandy Rose. In comes Heavy Machinery. Officials holding him back. Ziggler challenges Otis to a match at WrestleMania, and Otis accepts. I saw a lot of you in the chat room talk before the show about how amped you are for this match. Ebony saying, oh, Dolph was not talking to Mandy? Oh, I'm sure. Probably talking to Sonya Deville. Yeah. This match I am really interested in. Okay. Yes. Dolph Ziggler and Otis. Otis fighting for the heart and mind of Mandy Rose. Mandy Rose like, guys, I don't want to be a part of this. Dolph and Sonya collaborating against Otis, trying to capture Mandy Rose's heart. God, this is professional wrestling. Right here. This is professional wrestling at its finest. This whole program that's been going on since the new year. God, this is great. Great, great stuff. Okay? Man. Great stuff. And Ebony brought it. Yeah, Ebony brought it up right there. WrestleMania being delayed is allowing this story to build more. Absolutely correct. If it weren't for WrestleMania being somewhat canceled, we would not be getting this build up for this whole program involving these four. God, this is going to be so good. The payoff I can't wait for. Get ready for it. Could be a popcorn fart. That's okay. But we are waiting for just the Otis Mandy. What's going to happen there? Will Dolph get his just desserts? And where does Sonya play in all of this? Gosh, it is so good. Everyone fighting for Mandy Rose's attention. God, it's so good. And watch someone show up and it not be any of those three. Brace yourself. This is going to be fascinating stuff. Watch it be Tucker. Watch it be Tucker. I'm just saying. Or it could be Robert Roode. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there. It's okay if it doesn't happen. But, who knows? Who knows what can happen? I'm sitting here staying on text. Elias is in the perch singing a goofy song. He turns his back. Baron Corbin hits him from behind, and he falls off the perch. Roy is absolutely correct. Everyone thinking, oh, my God, they killed Kenny. Yes. Yeah. So there we go. We are going to have Elias versus Baron Corbin at WrestleMania. Andrew saying Tucker is in with Mandy. I'm surprised Corey Graves isn't in this storyline, says Gills. Reckless speculation, says Daniel. Yes, it's reckless. Gills with the Tucker heel turn. No. I completely agree. I don't want it to be Tucker. I don't want Tucker to be going with Mandy because Tucker right now, God, he's in such a great position being paired up with Otis. Once that splits, that's it. That's curtains for Tucker. It's curtains for Tucker. That's what I'm afraid of. I bet it might be Robert Roode, is my guess. So there we go. Asuka versus Alexa Bliss with Nikki Cross in tow. Nikki Cross does not understand social distancing. Michael Cole trying to let her know. This was actually a pretty fun match with Alexa responding to all of Asuka's wacky nuttiness, screaming and dancing and stuff. Ashley saying that it's good to made it look like Elias fell from a 10-story building. Yeah, when he actually fell from like the steel cage top. Yeah. Nikki Cross is fantastic, Gills. Yeah, Nikki Cross is great. Her and Alexa Bliss being that pairing was the best move they've made right there. Her dancing on the table throughout this match, being so distracting you could hear her throughout the match. Again, Asuka eating a DDT from Alexa, and that's how Alexa Bliss would win the match via pinfall. Jamel reading my mind. Oh, Asuka's buried. Asuka's just like any other woman. No, she's not. She's on TV constantly. How does Kairi Sane feel right now? This was a great match. It was just fun to watch. I don't think it would have been the same if a crowd was there. You would not have been able to hear Nikki Cross doing all her stuff, Alexa and Asuka doing their stuff in the ring. There is something nice about there not being a crowd in that you can hear the performers instead of shouting what the next spot is going to be, instead of their trash talking each other and yelling at each other. I love that. I love that kind of stuff. Yeah, there she is. There she is dancing up on the table. Yeah. back in the arena. We got a re-airing of Triple H versus Roman Reigns from WrestleMania 21. 31. Roy? God damn it, Roy. WrestleMania 21? Holy crap, how old is Roman Reigns then? Triple H is backstage. Michael Cole asks him about Roman Reigns facing Goldberg. Triple H gives his analysis about this. News about that coming up. New Day are backstage, and the Usos were backstage. They talked a lot about how they're going to beat each other up because the winner is going to go face John Morrison and The Miz for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. Ziggler's backstage with Sonya Deville. In comes Mandy. Ziggler. Firefly Funhouse. Weird, creepy, wacky shit involving Bray Wyatt. He puts Ramblin' Rabbit in a blender. There you go. Usos versus the New Day in the main event have determined the number one contender for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Watch out for Big E. Burr, 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 burr. I love that spot. I loved it even better when Xavier Woods would be on the trombone when Big E does this. You know, I loved that. God, I love the trombone. I miss the trombone right now because I used to play trombone. I guess that's why. Big E with the splash on the apron. We're trying for a doomsday device here, but Uso leans back. Kofi eats a ring post, and then Big E eats a super kick. Yeah. And of course you knew this was going to happen because Miz and Morrison are over at ringside providing commentary. You knew that they were going to get involved somewhat because they're standing on the table. They're watching shit happen. And then Big E does his spear through the ropes in front of them as well. But also, they spilled out. Miz and Morrison would get involved. DQ. It's going to be a triple threat between all three teams at the WrestleMania. Who'da thunk it? Who'da thunk it? No shock. What did everyone think of SmackDown? 61% gave it a thumbs up, and that is par for the course. SmackDown always gets a positive rating because nobody watches SmackDown. All right. Enough of the TV shows. We have got to go over a lot of news here, okay? Ebony saying it was a fun show. Alexa and Asuka was great, but Sash being Sasha Banks because she's Sasha Banks. Yeah, Sasha Banks has become the new Randy Orton. I think that's a great way to put it, Ebony. Sasha Banks is the new Randy Orton. Here comes Randy Orton doing Randy Orton things, because only Randy Orton knows how to do Randy Orton things. Yeah, that's Sasha Banks, pretty much. I'm just waiting until Bianca Belair comes in and is a better Sasha Banks than Sasha Banks really is. Got to refill the sources because it's a magical time. It is a magical, magical day. We're almost there to that magical time. Before we do that, holy shit, do we got to talk about the news. I feel like the beginning of every news portion is more going to be a schedule update of sorts. Because NXT TakeOver Dublin that was supposed to take place on April the 26th has now been postponed to October the 25th. Still going to take place in the same arena. But yeah, so this show has been postponed 6 months down the road. Card subject to change, and that's okay. But, man. Daniel saying I need a CNN breaking news sounder. Well, I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. But TakeOver Dublin postponed all the way until October. Impact, their Rebellion pay-per-view that was to be in New York, has officially been canceled due to COVID-19. It was supposed to take place on April the 19th. Well, that ain't happening. AEW announced that all April and May events have been rescheduled due to COVID. let's see what we can find out here. The April 22nd Dynamite show in Philadelphia has been rescheduled to July the 29th. Houston's April the 29th show has been rescheduled to November the 4th. The New Orleans show on May the 6th has been rescheduled to December the 2nd. The Albuquerque show on May the 13th has been rescheduled to December the 30th. Wow. So AEW officially sending all of their April and May events that they're going to be doing way down the road. Way down the road. I don't know what they have booked for the summer. They right now may not have any arenas booked for the summer right now. Their entire television schedule, as far as arenas go, is out in the air right now. They're just going to be doing everything out of Jacksonville for now. Thankfully, Tony Khan owns the arena that they're going to be in, that they're doing all of this stuff in. So, yeah. Ugh. WWE Hall of Famer Bullet Bob Armstrong is currently battling cancer, and he is not going to be undergoing treatment. Scott Armstrong revealed on Twitter that his father Bob has bone cancer in his ribs, shoulder, and prostate. He decided not to pursue treatment for this cancer, but he is still healthy enough to work out. It is not known how advanced the cancer is. Bullet Bob Armstrong has competed in 6 different decades and is the father of 4 sons that all went to wrestling. Brad and Steve in WCW, Brian, who is better known as Road Dogg, and Scott Armstrong, who has been a wrestler and referee. Wish Bullet Bob, I mean, if he is not undergoing treatment, then he must know something about his prognosis that we don't, and he doesn't want us to know. But man, it's kind of sad. You know? Really is sad. Let's turn from the sad to the completely stupid. Former MLW performer Teddy Hart has been charged with strangulation resulting in bodily harm. He was arraigned last Friday morning in Richmond, Virginia. Edward Annis, that's his real name, was arrested Thursday and charged with strangulation resulting in bodily harm. Under Virginia law, strangulation is considered a Class 6 felony, could lead to 1 to 5 years in prison with a $2,500 fine. Hart is currently being held without bail at the Richmond County Jail and is scheduled for an April 24th hearing. Hart's arrest comes following a video of independent wrestler Ace Montana, who posted on his Facebook page with accusations that Hart physically assaulted Ring of Honor star Maria Manic. Montana posted the following along with the video. Quote, "I literally had to pull my gun on Teddy Hart and throw him out of my friend's house. This piece of shit literally choked out and physically assaulted Maria Manic and would not let her get help. She texted me, 'I'm in danger.' Never did I think I would meet a piece of shit like this guy, who has now been arrested with a felony against him. I don't think this guy knew how close to death he was. Fuck you. Hashtag fuck you, Teddy Hart. This video is me kicking him out before the cops came and arrested him." I'm not going to show the video. Hart is continually denying the allegations that are in the video. This is Hart's 3rd arrest this year. First arrest was back on February the 12th with possession of a Schedule II controlled substance and possession with intent to distribute. And then he was arrested on March the 4th due to a violation of his house arrest. What a piece of work. Worse than Jeff Hardy. Worse than Jeff Hardy. Because he's actively going out and doing stupid shit. Jeff Hardy doesn't know any better. He's an addict. Over-under on Teddy Hart getting arrested again. Over-under. Actually, no, not arrested again. Let's do an over-under on Teddy Hart when it comes to his sentence. Right now, I place the over-under on his sentence to, I'll be honest, 9 months. The over-under is 9 months in jail. He might be just given probation. Yeah, I'm putting over-under the amount of time he spends in jail, 9 months. Over. A lot of people are saying over. Nafis says over. Ebony saying 12. 12 months. Yeah, I can see that. The WWE, Mashoon saying over. The WWE and Special Olympics launched a fitness campaign in response for the at-home workouts. The WWE and the Special Olympics announced, when was this? On the 25th. This was back on Thursday. Announced on Thursday their new School of Strength fitness campaign featuring current Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch. The new campaign is created in response to Special Olympics athletes' request for at-home workouts, which have increased during the COVID-19 pandemic. I'm going to tell you first. First off here, getting to good news now. Okay, getting to good news right now. Everyone's saying over that Teddy Hart's going to be over 9 months in jail. Okay. Maybe I should have said it at 11 and a half. I don't know. We're getting to the good news part of the headlines. Ever since the stay-at-home orders and everyone staying away from large groups, washing your hands, sanitize, doing all of that stuff, there has been, I absolutely love this tremendous flux of performers online giving performances. Great example last Thursday night on Verizon's Twitter feed, Twitter site, and on Yahoo Entertainment. Dave Matthews gave supposed to be a half-hour set, but he gave nearly an hour set. Dave Matthews doing a concert from his attic, promoting small businesses and getting everyone to tweet about the small businesses in their communities and giving to them, because these are incredibly horrible times for them. I love that we're in it's horrible the time that we're in right now with COVID, and we can't have social gatherings and get together and everything. But I love how it has stepped up performers reaching out to those that can't see them perform live. It's brought so many performers out to perform online for free, to provide comfort to everyone who's going stir crazy right now. Thursday night when Dave Matthews was giving his live streaming concert, Deanna and I were outside on the balcony just having a drink, listening to him, So it is great, Ebony's saying. Yeah, it's great that the economy's on edge and it's bringing everyone together. I think it's great, okay? Now is the time for all of us to get together by this means, streaming online and stuff, and keeping everyone sane. I think I may afterwards, after the show, I play video games. You can find me on there. I may give out my PS4 handle if you guys want to play anytime. I'm all for it. So, but yeah, I love stuff like this. I love performers reaching out to the community at no cost just to make our lives a little better, Monday Night Raw aired the video of R-Truth becoming the 35-time 24/7 champion, pinning Riddick Moss at his home. So, yeah, R-Truth is your champion again. I don't know where Riddick Moss lives, but that neighborhood looks really familiar. Get out. Get out.
For what?
Get out. Get out.
refs can't afford to live in Ritty Mo's neighborhood. I know why you're here. Who are you here with?
Hey, I just
Where are you
got
here
a
with?
new
Where is he,
car.
huh?
I just got a new car
Where
and
is
I'm
he? Is he
riding
in that
around the
car right
neighborhood.
there?
I just bought a new
You can't
car.
fool Ritty Mo. Where
I'm
is he?
sorry.
1, 2, 3.
You need to go back to football, Mr.
Hey,
Randy
get back to football! He leaves the ref.
I am so disappointed
Why are
in
you
Derek.
disappointed in me?
And I'm not Randy Moss, I'm Riddick.
Come on, man. Hey, Truth, that car's in my name. It's a lease.
I am ready for WrestleMania this weekend for the sole reason for the 24/7 title. If this were happening at Raymond James Stadium, WrestleMania, if that was still going on, the insanity of the 24/7 title. Think about this, okay? It's going on throughout the entire show. They're running through the crowds. They're running through the pirate ship. They're running during matches. They're running in the parking lot. Everywhere. Stuff happening with the 24/7 title. God. If only. Man. Who in the hell goes jogging throughout their neighborhood wearing the title? Who does this? Does anyone do? No one does this. It's great. It's fantastic stuff. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. WWE has been offering free access to the WWE Network, including every past WrestleMania show. Hey, everyone's indoors. There you go. Free access to the WWE Network for everyone. Hulu has been doing the same thing. I'm not sure if Amazon Prime is doing it. I'm not sure if Netflix is doing it. But you're seeing a lot of streaming services offering their services for free during this very weird time that we have. All right. Premiering on Netflix April the 6th on Monday is The Big Show Show. The reason Big Show has not been on television since January is because he has been filming a brand new family sitcom for Netflix. This screams TGI, thank God, this screams the TGIF block of the ABC network way back in the day of the late 80s, early 90s. I'm going to be brutally honest. I cannot wait for this show, regardless of how cheesy, sappy it is. I don't care.
Aiden, lights, strobes, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my dad!
That's what we're talking about. Hello.
Your dad's the Big Show?
It's been a minute since I retired from wrestling, so I want to get in as much family time as I can. You, the kids, and my championship belt. Oh, you're so beautiful.
You talking to me or the belt?
You? Okay, you two, talk.
Wait, I love a good sister fight. Let me get my popcorn.
She stole my dream jacket off my husband. I got this merit, and now I'll never become the
Ooh, I think I just blacked out for a second.
We gotta lay down the law right away.
We, my daughters, I'm not just some ex-wrestler who doesn't have a purpose. I'm also a parent. I'll punish you.
So sweet.
Man, I don't know why this is so hard. You're growing up so fast.
We are a family. I got you.
I don't know what to say.
Just kiss me, dummy. You know you're the parent, right?
I forget that sometimes.
What's wrong with your family?
DJ PJ in the house!
You go, girl.
This is the Big Show.
Big show?
The big show.
The big show.
The little show.
This is my home. You're my home. There's nowhere else I want to be.
Are you gonna cry?
No. Yes, but later when I'm in the bath.
You know, yes, it is so incredibly white. It is so incredibly middle class. It is so cheesy, so corny, screams circa 1991 TGI Friday, thank God it's Friday block on the ABC network. But damn it, it's what we need right now. I'm going to binge on that show. Okay? I don't care. I probably won't laugh throughout it. I'm just going to smile. And that's okay if you think it's stupid. Okay? That's okay. That's warranted. It's nostalgia for me, I guess is the best way to put it. More good news. WWE superstar Rusev pledged $20,000 to out-of-work WWE employees during the pandemic. Issued out this tweet back on the 24th. In Bulgaria, we say it's not a lot, but it's from the heart. He pledged $20,000 to all of his extended family in the WWE. We can't do it without production, security, etc. Love you all. Let's take a sip. I've got a little rant here. Okay. To everyone who's ever written a story about how Rusev is angry with the WWE, to anyone who's ever written reports that are supposedly confirmed about how Rusev is unhappy with the position that he is in, to any website that's been out there saying that it's confirmed by reliable sources that Rusev is in the doghouse, that Rusev is not in favor with Vince McMahon, that Rusev is Rusev. Go lick a door handle. That's all I got to say. I had to get that out of my system. Thank you all for affording me that time. I love Rusev. What can I say? Also jumping into the fray of giving to those is Double D. Just came down reported today by Jerome. Dominic Dijakovic is raising money to help benefit the CDP Response Fund. Here he is with the tweet. He's currently selling personalized 8x10s for only $50, but all the proceeds are going to the COVID Response Fund, the CDP COVID-19 Response Fund. CDP is the Center for Disaster Philanthropy, which is a nonprofit 501c3 organization. They helped during the Indian Ocean tsunami of I believe of 04 and Hurricane Katrina in 05. So this fundraising that Double D is doing is a legit thing, going to a completely legitimate organization. Okay? Yeah. Now, whether that means that you get something out of it for giving $50 to it, that's fine, But still, more people doing good things in these horrible, weird, uneasy, anxious times. And no, there's no news on Titus O'Neil. He is once again saving Tampa from everything. So, yeah. Little bit of news on the injury front because of Io Shirai now being physically cleared to perform in the ring. Here is your injury list as follows. Nia Jax, she is cleared to compete, but she was having reparative surgery on both ACLs, and she should be appearing very, very soon. Jinder Mahal, ruptured patella. He should be back around WrestleMania times. I'm anticipating a program with Drew McIntyre. Razar, torn bicep. He's not going to be back until SummerSlam times. Lars Sullivan, major reconstructive surgery on his ACL and MCL. He's not going to be due back until after WrestleMania. Xavier Woods and Ember Moon, both suffering from torn Achilles tendons. They are not going to be back until SummerSlam times. Kalisto, should have taken him off the list with a dislocated shoulder. He should be back by now. They aren't performing house shows, but I believe he's been cleared to go. Boa, torn rotator cuff and labrum. He won't be back until SummerSlam times. And finally, Fandango, dislocated elbow, should have come back during TakeOver Portland times in February, but instead was helping film Season 3 of Southpaw Regional Wrestling. So, those are the people that are hurt. What about the people who aren't hurt? What about the people who are perfectly healthy? What about the people who haven't been on TV or pay-per-view of the WWE's for, say, 3 weeks? They end up on a special list, a magical list that's been around for a very long time, that we were afraid of it being inhabited by someone who kidnapped those in his conga line in the dead of night. But no, it didn't. Uh-oh, look at that. My webcam froze. Why am I freezing? Why is this happening? Do you guys see me? Oh, wow, that's neat. Am I going to be transitioned out? Wow. Look at that. Screen froze. Wow, that's weird. Okay, hold on. I'll be right back. Am I back? No, I'm not back. Oh, crap. Wow, the webcam went nuts. You can't see me. All right, I'm back. Is everyone back? Is everyone there? Okay, there you guys are. Acer's back. Okay, there's Acer. Is everyone back in the chat room? Please say so. Please tell me. Is everyone okay? Okay, cool. That was weird. That's never happened before because the webcam knows what's about to happen. Yeah, we're back. Whee! Everyone's back. Okay, cool. Because this is a magical time. We cannot have fuck-ups like this. All right. Today is a magical day. And I can't think of any other way to put this than it's the WWE Milk Carton.
The shining star of the Caribbean.
Look at me walking to the beat. Oh my God! Seriously, the Milky, is that his name? Is the walking milk carton going to be called Milky? What is his name? It doesn't matter. Today is a magical time. Here we go. Starting off the milk carton with a bang. All right. He has not been seen since Juan Colon. Ebony saying the milk carton should be called Juan Colon. Leche Cologne. There it is. CJ got it. Leche Cologne. Leche Cologne. is the guy's name. Oh my God. All right, get back on track, Doug. Get back on track. This is a big entrant into the milk carton. Have not been seen since Elimination Chamber on March the 8th, where he lost his Intercontinental title in a 3-on-1 handicap match to Sami Zayn, Cesaro, and Shinsuke Nakamura. It is Braun Strowman. You'll notice I really have not been talking about anything that he's been saying on social media, because to me that's not news. I have my opinions on stuff that he's been saying, his opinions and stuff, but that's not news. Okay? This is what's news. This is what's news, is that he's not been on TV in 3 weeks. Regardless of what virus is going on outside, regardless of what kind of program he's in. Keep this in mind when it comes to Braun Strowman not being on television since Elimination Chamber. They had an episode of SmackDown the following Friday in front of a live audience. Okay. They had nothing in the books for Braun Strowman. Something's happening here. There have been so many times to where he's been title matches and, Wrestlemania matches and moments that are, you're wondering, why is this happening? And there was so much prospect put in him. Don't get me wrong. I love the act. I love the guy. I think he's fantastic. He lives down the road from me in Sherrills Ford, North Carolina. Okay? I think all the world of him as a performer, as a human being and everything. But there is something going on that they are seeing within the WWE that we're not. And I don't think it has anything to do with anything that he's been saying in social media. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what pans out from this. But I don't know. Humberto Carrillo, haven't seen him since his match with Andrade at the Elimination Chamber for the United States title. This was on the pre-show for Elimination Chamber. Braun Strowman, that is the first time he's been on the milk carton. Not Humberto Carrillo. Carrillo's been on the milk carton twice or 3 times now. Yeah. Don't know where to find him. Robert Roode. Haven't seen him since the Elimination Chamber match involving the SmackDown Tag Team titles at Elimination Chamber. There's a reason why he hasn't been on TV. I think it's for the grand reveal that he's been talking to Mandy Rose. That's just me. That's just me. Just saying. But Robert Roode, and I think this is actually Robert Roode's first appearance on the milk carton. Can you believe that? He has been, since we've started the milk carton on Wrestleview Weekly here, he has been consistently on TV every 2 or 3 weeks before his move to SmackDown. It's amazing, to tell you the truth, that he's kept this up. Lucha House Party. Now that I'm taking Kalisto off of the injury list and putting him with Lince Dorado and Gran Metalik, they have not been seen since Elimination Chamber on March the 8th, where they were also in the tag team match for the SmackDown tag team titles. Bear in mind, this list is 46 people deep. Sheamus. Get this. We haven't seen Sheamus since March the 6th episode of SmackDown, where he is involved in a program involving Apollo Crews and Shorty G. All 3 of these guys in this one program have not been seen on television for 3 weeks. What a complete waste. You wasted all of our time building up that program. It's been going on for 2 months. Three months at that. And now everyone involved is not on TV? What are we doing here? What are we doing with Sheamus, Apollo, and Shorty G? I would like to see Shorty G join up with Gulak and Daniel Bryan. I think that would be a fabulous faction. Apollo, who the fuck knows what we're doing with him? Sheamus, oh God, I feel sorry for the guy. Coming back, spinal stenosis prognosis on him. This is going to be his final year. And there's nothing for him. Absolutely nothing. I don't know what's going to happen with Sheamus this year. I think this is the final year for him. I don't know. Drake Maverick. Haven't seen him since that same episode of SmackDown on March the 6th where he asked Drew Gulak for pointers and possibly to have a match with Daniel Bryan. Where's he? I don't know. This is the third or fourth appearance of Drake Maverick. Carmella. Haven't seen Carmella since she teamed up with Dana Brooke to face Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose to further confirm the little storyline that's going on between Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, and the whole romantic love triangle, quadrangle, trapezoid, rhombus, whatever the hell that is. News on Dana Brooke coming up later on in the show. But as far as Carmella goes, your guess is as good as mine. Marina Shafir. Haven't seen her since the March 4th episode of NXT where she gave Roderick Strong a kendo stick through the steel cage when he was having a match with Velveteen Dream. She's at home with the kids. Not much I can say about that. Isaiah Swerve Scott. Haven't seen him since the March 4th episode of NXT where he faced off against Austin Theory to further show why Austin Theory is a thing. He's been doing stuff on 205 Live, so who knows when we'll see him on NXT again. Regular participant to the WWE Milk Carton is No Way Jose. No Way Jose has not been seen since March the 2nd, since he was backstage with his conga line, and they were the first to see what was in Eric Rowan's cage. And thus began the death of Eric Rowan's career. Dodger Ryan saying Isaiah Swerve Scott and Joaquin Wilde was pretty good. On 205 Live, yes. Yes, it was. They had a very good series of matches. But No Way Jose is going to be the responsible for the death of Eric Rowan's fourth character. Even though he pulled over Riddy Mo to take back his 24/7 title for the 35th time, R-Truth has not been on television since the March 2nd episode of Monday Night Raw, where he was involved in a segment with, I think it was Randy Orton, is what it was. Yeah. I am sure he's going to appear in WrestleMania. He's going to show up at WrestleMania. Curtis Axel, haven't seen him since the February 28th episode of SmackDown, where he faced off against Daniel Bryan with the teaching prowess of Drew Gulak at ringside on commentary. Mansoor, haven't seen him since February the 27th, when he faced Dolph Ziggler in his hometown of South Dakota at Super Showdown. Bianca Belair. Have not seen her since February the 26th episode of NXT, where she had a match against Charlotte Flair, tapped out to Charlotte Flair, and Rhea Ripley ended up breaking up things. Bronson Reed, haven't seen him since that same episode of NXT, where he faced off against Killian Dane, and we hope to have another big man matchup like we had Keith Lee and Double D. That did not happen. The Forgotten Sons are definitely forgotten. We haven't seen them since February the 26th episode of NXT, where they faced off against the Grizzled Young Veterans. Lana, haven't seen her since February 24th episode of Monday Night Raw, where Bobby Lashley squashed R-Truth. Heath Slater, haven't seen him since the February 21st episode of SmackDown, where, just like Curtis Axel, he was facing off against Daniel Bryan with Drew Gulak trying to give him pointers over on the commentary table. Joaquin Wilde, haven't seen him since the February 19th episode of NXT, where he basically confirmed that Jordan Devlin was a thing, being the Little Critter champion, and was squashed by Jordan Devlin. Kona Reeves, haven't seen him since the February 19th episode of NXT, where he was thoroughly squashed by Keith Lee in less than 25 seconds. Leo Rush, haven't seen him since the February 19th episode of NXT, where he had his rematch for the Little Critter title against Jordan Devlin. Rusev, haven't seen him since the February 17th episode of Raw, where he teamed up against fellow WWE Milk Carton member Humberto Carrillo, facing off against Angel Garza and Bob Lashley. Akira Tozawa, haven't seen him since the February 10th episode of Monday Night Raw, where he was thoroughly squashed by Aleister Black. Who gives a fuck about the Revival? We haven't seen them since February the 7th on SmackDown. They teamed up with Sami Zayn, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Cesaro to beat up Braun Strowman. Who cares what the fuck they're doing? Katie Catanzaro has not been on TV since the NXT episode on February the 5th, where she faced off against Mercedes Martinez. Mercedes Martinez is not on the Milk Carton because she is not on the main roster on WWE.com's webpage. Holy shit, my throat is dry. Let's keep it going. Eric Young, haven't seen him since February the 3rd episode of Monday Night Raw, where he was squashed for a second time against Aleister Black. Shelton Benjamin, we haven't seen him since the Royal Rumble on January the 26th, where he was duped by Bork Laser. Vanessa Bourne, haven't seen her since the January 15th episode of NXT, where she took part in the big multi-vagina battle royale to determine who would face Rhea Ripley for the NXT Women's title at TakeOver Portland, and Taynara Conti was a part of that Rumble, the battle royale thing as well. The Big Show. He's been filming this fantastic sitcom that I can't wait to watch on April the 6th, but he hasn't been on WWE television since January the 6th because, because he was filming, but what he was doing was he was in a fist fight. I believe Jamel calls this missing since the fisting. Oh, filling up. I need ice cube. Ice cube! Well, fuck you then. Well, fine then. You're not getting in there. Mustafa Ali. We have not seen him since December the 27th of last year on that episode of SmackDown, where all he was doing was saying inspirational shit. Where is his inspiration? I mean, your timeline in social media, like mine, is full of memes and inspirational shit about COVID right now. Where is he during this? Where is his inspirational shit? Is he the one with the graphic glitch and the envelope and the 13 lights spinning around on SmackDown now? Is that what we're doing, is repackaging him? Probably. Jessamine Duke. Haven't seen her since December 18th episode of NXT, where she and Marina Shafir were at ringside during Shayna Baszler's defense of the NXT Women's title against Rhea Ripley. Who cares what she's doing? She's too busy playing video games on Facebook. Okay, Titus O'Neil Haven't seen him since the December 2nd episode of Monday Night Raw, where he was going after the 24/7 title. But as we all know, who cares? He's too busy saving Tampa, Florida. He has housed everyone. He's clothed everyone. He's fed everyone. Everyone has a steady paying job. Titus O'Neil, you do you. I'm by God, I'm sure embedded in his Argyle tie is the cure to COVID. Oh God, I totally forgot. Oh dear God, I've got to brace. I've got to get myself ready for this one. We have not seen the Iconics since November 25th episode of Raw. Hey, Kyla! They were busy. They were on Monday Night Raw trying to get you to buy shit on WWEshop.com. You gotta be joking me! You call that journalism? Hey! Oh, God. Ugh. Man. It's going to feel so good to move into my own home and have the studio and have it buffered acoustically so the echo does not hurt me as much. Ugh. You know what? You know, Acer brings it up in there in the chat room, and I really... There are so many goals that I have in life right now when it comes to, well, far-fetched goals when it comes to this show. And Wrestleview.com in general, and Wrestleview is our YouTube channel. One of my goals is I want Billie Kay to yell at me like she yells at Kayla. I need Billie Kay to yell, "Hey, Doug," at me with her voice. You call that podcasting? You know, something like that. I need her to cut a promo on me. I gotta have this sometime. Sometime. Who knows? Bo Dallas, haven't seen him since the November 15th episode of SmackDown, where he was in the ring with Curtis Axel and Drew Gulak doing a PowerPoint presentation to make fun of Braun Strowman. Arturo Ruas, we have not seen him since September 18th episode of NXT, the debut episode of NXT on the USA Network, where he jobbed out to Pete Dunne to make us realize that Pete Dunne was a thing. The next, we are down to the final three. Okay, first off, this one is the next person eligible for the WWE Milk Carton Hall of Fame. Lewis asking, hey, Doug, why do you think they never put Bo Dallas in with the Wyatt family? There is no Wyatt family. Bo Dallas had his own thing going as Bo Dallas and the Bo Leave thing when Bray Wyatt had his Wyatt family thing going. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with Bo Dallas right now. I don't know. Sidetrack. This next participant is the next one eligible for the WWE Milk Carton Hall of Fame. And that is EC3. We have not seen EC3 since June the 7th, since he took part in the world's biggest battle royale out of Riyadh, Jeddah, Bismarck, South Dakota. He is too busy doing YouTube online crap with Braun Strowman and Drake Maverick, believe it or not. June the 7th. So we're looking at 10 weeks. We are 10 weeks away from having our third inductee into the Milk Carton Hall of Fame. Third inductee? Wait a minute, I thought you only had one. Oh, for fuck's sake, cue up the music.
Come to Puerto Rico, the shining star of the Caribbean.
Primo Cologne is officially part of the WWE Milk Carton Hall of Fame. Officially part of the WWE Milk Carton Hall of Fame. These are Grash's graphics. Thank you so much, Grash, for these. These are fantastic. On the golden milk jug is Primo Cologne. We have not seen him since March the 26th of last year. Since the episode of SmackDown where he and Sanity and a security detail tried to keep Shane McMahon and The Miz away from each other, he will join his cousin, Epico Cologne, part of the Golden Milk Jug. He too, in the Milk Carton Hall of Fame. We have not seen him since Survivor Series of 2018. 2018. We haven't seen him for a year and a half. Sorry about that when it came to the music on the YouTubes. I'm sorry about that. I was just so super hyped. Can you blame me? So, the Colognes, forever enshrined in the WWE Milk Carton. They can never leave. Even if they appear on TV, they will never leave. Grash saying you gave me space for the dates. Oh, I can make space. I'll make space for that. CJ saying EC3, EC's going to be Golden Gallon number 3. The Golden Gallon! Yes! Golden Gallons! Yes! That's what they're called. The Golden Gallon. Oh, you guys are fantastic. You guys are the greatest fans. Thank you again. Thank you, Grash, for making these graphics. Thank you. Thank you very much. Grash has been a listener of Wrestleview Live, Wrestleview Radio. He's been a VIP for, God, he was listening to us for so Lord knows how long. I remember him when I debuted with Hunter Golden and Adam Martin. So, yeah, thank you so much, Grash, for this stuff. You know the heads up. You know who's going to be showing up on the Milk Carton now, so... Oh, you're a recapper. Dear God, I'm stupid. Thank you so much for doing this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. That was the magical time of the WWE Milk Carton. Let's take a sip of the sources. He used to listen when Adam was a part of Wrestling News Live. You know, I feel like I missed a part of Wrestling News Live and a lot of lore when it comes to things. I don't know how important I am when it comes to them. I know I'm not. I'm no Trey Dog or I'm certainly no JSK. I'm no Adam. I'm no Hunter or anything like that. Yeah, I only know what I was when I came into Wrestleview. And so, once again, thank you for giving me these graphics, and thank you all again for tuning in. These times that we're in and me entertaining you and having a nice buzz. Ebony, if we're going to talk about Japanese wrestling, can we talk about how pretty Tanahashi is? I've done Tanahashi matches on my Twitch show before I came to the YouTubes. Used to. Yeah. I wish I could do the stuff I used to do on the Twitch, but I can't because the YouTube Gestapo will go after me. Lewis, I've been listening to Trey and JSK and 18-year-old Adam. Yeah. Doug, you keep us from going over the cliff. I know. I'm trying to keep you from going over the cliff, Andrew. Yeah. Yeah. Man. All right. I only know that what I brought into Wrestling News Live and Wrestleview Radio and everything was I was the funny haha guy. You know, I would recap TNA. I would, give my one-liners, stupid words and stuff. I never really thought that you all would actually care about my opinions on wrestling, but I don't think it's as much that. Speaking of opinions on wrestling, okay, we got to get to this. Okay, because I know this is why everyone tuned in. This is the big thing. Okay. All right. Take another sip of the sources because they're 80-something proof, like CJ said. All right. We've got to talk about WrestleMania. All right. 2 days, starting this Saturday and next Sunday, is WrestleMania. Oh, they're just copying off of Wrestle Kingdom. WrestleMania is going for 2 days because of the COVID, because of the stuff that's going on where they're going to be airing inside an empty performance center, even though I believe a lot of these matches are not going to be in the performance center. But, again, so you understand, we would have a regular WrestleMania. That would be a show that would be going on for 10 hours if it weren't. Oh, God, you guys are too many reminiscing. You guys are eating member berries about Wrestleview Radio. CJ saying me singing AJ Lee's theme. There's a lot of stupid shit that I used to do on Wrestling.
Light it up, put you pop, put it up, light it up, put you pop,
Yeah, that was me. The Wrestleview Civil War is what I remember Grash from. And my fascination with, former manager of the Chicago White Sox, because I made Hunter laugh all the time when I impersonated him. All right, WrestleMania. Don't get sidetracked. Doug, don't get sidetracked. WrestleMania. 2 days. It's too big to be in 1 day. We're going to do it for 2 days. Ozzie Guillen. It's too big to be for 1 day. We're going to do it for 2 days, even though it's already pre-taped. And it's all because of Spiky Nerf Ball of Death. Spiky Nerf Ball of Death that no one took seriously, that a lot of people right now are not taking seriously, amassing to do parties before a stay-at-home order. This is going to be a WrestleMania that we are all going to remember. For good or bad, we're all going to remember this. Okay? So, what do we have to look forward to, really? Well, first, sources. What did we think WrestleMania was going to be like? Well, let's go ahead and do that. If you'll excuse me here, I need to configure my webcam. I pray that it doesn't freeze on me. Here, I've got to switch me away from the mirrored. Here we go. So, it has been well over a month since we've looked at this thing, and I feel that now is a fabulous time to look at it. It's time to look at the WrestleMania whiteboard. We put this thing together, started putting this thing together back during the Survivor Series 5 months ago, okay? And ever since then, we've augmented it, we've changed it, admitted that we were wrong, or I was wrong, okay? And so it's time to look back on the WrestleMania whiteboard, okay? And see what all, well, you get the drill. I have not changed any of this. It is the same. I have not touched it. Drew and Bork, main event at the WrestleMania. Big Jew versus Roman Reigns for the another title. Shayna Baszler versus Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's title. We had a clusterfuck going on for the SmackDown Women's title involving Karen, Sasha, Naomi, and Lacey. That is now, it was supposed to be a 6-way to incorporate 2 other females, but more on that later. Andrade, Aleister Black, and Ricochet for the United States title. I have no idea what's going on with that. We had Baron Corbin versus Braun Strowman for the Intercontinental title, but Braun Strowman is no longer Intercontinental Champion, so that makes no sense whatsoever. Instead, we're getting Corbin and Elias. Kabuki Warriors and Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross for the SmackDown for the women's tag team titles. That still appears to be going on. AJ Styles and Undertaker, that's going. Edge and Orton, that's going. Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley, that's going. A 6-person mixed tag. We were talking about that involving Dolph Ziggler, Robert Roode, and Sonya Deville against Heavy Machinery and Mandy Rose. It seems it's now just going to be Dolph Ziggler versus Otis. And finally, Cena versus Bray Wyatt. We had not touched that whiteboard since Royal Rumble, a little after Royal Rumble. Here, let me adjust my camera once again. Don't mind me. There we go. So, we hadn't really touched it since after Royal Rumble because there was so much crap going on after Elimination Chamber. And I tried to lift your spirits by watching wrestling matches involving a blow-up sex doll. So, Andrew's bringing up the changes that have happened in there. So, AJ Styles Undertaker is now a Boneyard match, which sounds like it's going to be pre-produced in a alternate location. John Cena versus Bray Wyatt is now a Firefly Funhouse match, which again sounds like pre-produced in an undisclosed location. Randy Orton Edge is now a last man standing match. That's fine. We never really thought that there was going to be any stipulation. But, yeah. It sounds like a lot of these matches are going to be pre-produced in alternate locations, is what's happening here. I want to go back, though, to all the crap that's been happening. I haven't even there are a lot more headlines I have not touched on yet. Okay, first off, enough of you, Spiky Nerf Ball. First off, just released today was this fantastic promo video involving Drew McIntyre versus Bork Laser. You have got to see this.
In the shadows of the non-forgiving stands a silhouette of a warrior awaiting resurrection.
I've come home to prepare for my destiny.
Aye. What are we waiting for? With a power so raw, grace and beauty pushed to the point of eternal pain.
Come on, sir! Get it on! Get it on!
Pull, son! Come on, girl, pull! We're gonna beat that Brock Lesnar! Ride the wave, kick!
Hearts on fire,
This is
strong
Wrestlemania.
desire.
Get your back into it! Oh, don't give up! Come on, son, you've forgotten everything!
In the battle of the resurrected, there can only be one who walks the road to glory. He will be the one.
Now he's ready to vanquish the beast.
Oh, God, I know Rocky IV when I see Rocky IV. So, fantastic promo for McIntyre, Bork Laser. Okay? Fantastic stuff. They're airing that, okay, during their match. I want to bring you back, though, to the report that we had back on last Saturday involving all of the taped programming that was going on. The WWE has taped everything up to next week. Everything is taped, including WrestleMania. Okay? The go-home shows for Raw, NXT, and SmackDown have already been taped. Go-home SmackDown was taped last Saturday. Last Sunday, all future episodes of NXT, including the go-home and the one following that involving Gargano and Ciampa. Monday Night Raw for tomorrow was taped last Tuesday. WrestleMania Night 1 and 2 was taped last Wednesday and last Thursday. So everything is already taped. Everything is done. Okay? Everything was taped after Wednesday and Thursday. WrestleMania finished taping Wednesday and Thursday. We get this report on the 24th, which is again on Tuesday, that Rey Mysterio and Dana Brooke are self-quarantining themselves due to potential exposure to COVID. First off, Rey Mysterio was never even slated for the card last week nor this week. I mean, last week or the week prior. Dana Brooke was slated to be on WrestleMania, but then quarantined herself. She was supposed to be part of the six-pack clusterfuck for Karen's SmackDown Women's title, but quarantined herself, so now it's only a 5-person. That episode of SmackDown was pre-taped that we saw with Tamina and all the 5, excluding Dana Brooke. And so it's going to be 5-woman whatever clusterfuck. Then the big news that came down the pipe Thursday. Last Thursday, Ryan Satin of Pro Wrestling Sheet and from WWE Backstage said that Roman Reigns will not be a part of the Universal Championship match. Reigns reportedly told WWE officials that he did not feel comfortable performing at the Performance Center while the pandemic was occurring. Reigns is immunocompromised, stemming from his battles with leukemia. Sure, totally buy it. WWE honored the request and will replace him, though who that replacement is against Goldberg, we don't know. WrestleMania was taped last Wednesday and Thursday. This Roman Reigns report came out Thursday. On Friday Night SmackDown, they showed a vignette involving Roman Reigns and Goldberg's contract signing. So much is being talked about right now that they're talking about who Goldberg's replacement is going to be, and it's going to be Braun Strowman. Off the milk carton, we think. This was going to be set up, Braun Strowman being Goldberg's opponent. This was going to be set up on Friday Night SmackDown, according to this report, by F4W Online and Dave Meltzer from Friday morning of last week. So, I'm going to bring this back. Roman Reigns says that he doesn't want to work the match against Goldberg for WrestleMania that's going to be taped on Wednesday or Thursday. This report comes out on Thursday. We are told by Dark Overlord Meltzer on Friday morning that we are going to be explained to that Braun Strowman is taking Roman Reigns' place. Do I need to go back to our recap of SmackDown from last Friday? No mention of Braun Strowman at all. Triple H talked about the strategies that Roman Reigns needs to go up against Goldberg. You see where I'm going with this? Let it sink in. Let this sink in. Reigns says he can't go, but it was reported the final day of WrestleMania tapings. Strowman's going to go against Goldberg. We're going to get the explanation on Friday. Doesn't happen. This is why I can't predict matches today. Because I don't know what the match is. I don't know what the card is. I don't know what's happening. Is it Goldberg Roman Reigns? Is it Goldberg Braun Strowman? I don't know. I'm betting you it's Goldberg Roman Reigns. They recorded the match. Why else would they do the promos on Friday Night SmackDown for it? Why else? This makes no sense. At least we're attributing those that are reporting this, okay? Ryan Satin, who is under Fox employ, not WWE employ, because he is on WWE Backstage on FS1. This is interesting. I can't make any predictions on WrestleMania. I don't know what the card is. I feel like I need to make a lock right now. I'll make a lock right now. I'll do it. Sure. Ebony Dull Wrestling Media has a warpath to make Vincent look bad for clicks. Goldberg Reigns is happening. I'm locking it. Just the match itself is happening. I am locking it. There is no reason for us to think that Goldberg Reigns is not happening. Look at the timeline. Look at the fake reports from everyone who's wanting to get your attention. CJ telling me to triple it? No, I'm not tripling this. This is worth a double. This one's worth a double. Dave Meltzer is not like me to where when he says stupid shit and it's proven proven false, what does he get? What happens to him? People still listen to him. Still people read him. I am the only one who, when I say something, I think something's going to happen. If it doesn't happen, I face the consequences and I try to learn from them. This one is a no-brainer. Jamel, either we get the actual match or Doug takes shots. Either way, we win. Exactly! Nafis asking, was the last SmackDown live or pre-recorded? Everything has been taped. Everything has been taped. Everything. You're asking about last Friday's SmackDown? That was pre-taped. Last Friday's SmackDown was taped on Saturday. But that doesn't... it was taped not yesterday, but the past Saturday. Here's the thing. You had all the time in the world to change what was happening for SmackDown that aired last Friday. That could have been changed. I don't know. Now I'm starting to think. One of their biggest matches, well, I don't know. Well, I've locked it. I don't know. Here's the thing. I love it when other professional wrestling news sites say that something is going to be explained to us on television and it doesn't happen. I've paid the price for that shit. Okay? I've learned my lesson from that. So I'm questioning whether I should double it or not. Because I really think they've already taped Goldberg Reigns for WrestleMania. I think they've already taped it. It doesn't matter. Okay? They're just trying to, all the wrestling sites are trying to add drama and clicks. I'm going to double it. I'm doubling it. I'm going to double this. Yeah, double lock. Double lock. Reigns Goldberg is happening. Ebony asking, off topic, we doing a live chat for the shows, Doug? Oh, a live chat for WrestleMania? Ugh. Well, no, I can't really do. I wish I could do a watch along of WrestleMania, but I can't because I got to keep the feed free for when Mike Tedesco and I come on to do the live recap. So yeah, the only live chat we can really do is over on the Facebook site, or maybe someone set something up. I don't know. Who knows? That news about Roman Reigns is not the only thing that came down the pipe during the week. According to F4W Online and the brilliant Dark Overlord Dave Meltzer, The Miz, co-tag team champion alongside John Morrison, did not perform for WrestleMania 36 on last Wednesday or Thursday. The Miz was in Orlando, but he showed up not feeling well. It is not confirmed whether Miz has contracted the virus or is just under the weather. This is reported to be one of the contributing factors to Roman Reigns deciding not to perform at WrestleMania against Goldberg. The Miz was scheduled to defend the tag titles alongside John Morrison against the winner of New Day and the Usos. It is not known whether the match was taped with a replacement for The Miz or scrapped altogether. This report came out Friday morning. According to F4W Online, another WrestleMania competitor, Bob Lashley, who also recently quarantined following a promo tour to South Africa to promote the WWE Live Tour at the end of April. That tour has been postponed. Lashley was scheduled to take on Aleister Black at WrestleMania 36. It is not known if that match was already taped. So, stomach this for a second. Aleister Black versus Bob Lashley was supposed to be a WrestleMania match. That was supposed to be taped last Wednesday or Thursday. Now Bob Lashley has come down with something, we're not sure. But we don't know if that took an effect, his match with Aleister Black, because this report came out on Friday. The Miz was under the weather. This report came out on Friday, and this was supposedly a contributing factor to Roman Reigns' decision. My sources are getting slim. Andrew's saying it, Ebony's agreeing it. When you can't get the spoilers, you make shit up to make up for the clicks. Spoilers are not going to be released for WrestleMania. You understand that. No one's going to know what's happened. Non-essential people aren't going to be in here. We don't know what's going to happen. Would you like more potential fake news? I got plenty more for you. According to PW Insider, U.S. champion Andrade did not tape a match for WrestleMania 36. He was supposed to team up with Angel Garza to take on the Street Profits for the Raw Tag Team titles. Unlike most people that have been pulled from the event, Andrade was not exhibiting any signs of illness. During the Raw taping, Andrade injured his ribs and was not cleared to compete when they taped WrestleMania 36 this past Wednesday or Thursday. A replacement from NXT has been brought up. According to Post Wrestling, an angle was shot to air on tomorrow's Monday Night Raw to bring NXT superstar Austin Theory to replace Andrade. This should be taken strictly as a rumor, as Barara reports. Andrade joins the long list of superstars unable to perform at WrestleMania. The WWE is doing everything that's recommended of them. They took an insurance hit. They are losing money. A shit ton of money from this. They're losing a fuck ton of money with this. What does it matter? What does it matter what they had booked or what they didn't have booked? Seriously, I cannot predict WrestleMania because I don't know what is happening. By the way, posted by Roy after SmackDown's taping that they showed last Friday, that was taped on the 21st, 2 Saturdays ago. We've got 3 matches for WrestleMania. We have the triple threat for the SmackDown Tag Team titles involving Miz and Morrison, Usos and New Day. We have Otis versus Ziggler, and we have Daniel Bryan versus Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental title. Those matches were slated, taped, done. Everything for television is done. Taped, done. Nothing else. I'm going to do something right now. I've got to do this live because, once again, everyone is anticipating. I know the headline says WrestleMania predictions, maybe, but the problem is we don't know what is going on. So I'm going to look up what's going on right now, straight from the horse's mouth. Here we are. WWE's website. WrestleMania. Here we go. Let's go to the previews. Here we go. Bork Laser defending against Drew McIntyre. Goldberg defending against Roman Reigns. Undertaker AJ Styles. Cena versus Wyatt. Edge Orton, last man standing. Lynch versus Baszler for the Raw Women's title. 5-way clusterfuck for the SmackDown Women's title. So we can take under seriously that Dana Brooke has got something. Dana Brooke is not good to go. We can buy that Dana Brooke is not good to go. She was mentioned 2 weeks ago. She was not mentioned on this one. Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair for the NXT title, women's title. Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins. Tag champs Street Profits versus Andrade and Garza. Black versus Lashley. Elias versus Corbin. Zayn versus Bryan for the IC title. Miz and Morrison versus the Usos and New Day. Nothing has been altered according to any of these reports from WWE's website. The card is good to go. Nothing has changed. The shows have been taped. Taping is done. Nothing is happening. "14 matches are slated for WrestleMania to span 2 days. Where's Otis and Dolph? Otis and Dolph was not put on there. 15 matches. Nothing has been changed from the WrestleMania card since all of the insanity that's been happening for the past 3 days on wrestling journalism. Everything's taped. Everything is done. Everything's been taped. Everything is done. I want to apologize to all of you that are watching right now, expecting me to predict what is happening at WrestleMania. Barring these past reports that have been happening for the past 3 days, someone is out. Someone's being brought in. But everything's been pre-taped. They're touting everything that's already happening. Here it is. I want to apologize for everyone. I did not mean to do this. I did not mean to clickbait you. If you tuned into this show expecting predictions to the WrestleMania show happening this Saturday and next Sunday, I apologize. I can't give them to you because I don't know what the card is. We will only know what the card for WrestleMania is immediately before it happens. That means Friday night. This Friday night. From the pre-taped SmackDown show that's already been done. You know what this calls for? A special episode of Wrestleview Weekly. This Friday night, following SmackDown Live, approximately 10:30 at night, join me here on the Wrestleview YouTube channel, live, where I will give my predictions for all of WrestleMania weekend, Saturday and Sunday. All of the matches will be on the card. Everything is confirmed. Everything is done. We will have the final card. Acer is saying it in the chat room. It'll be confirmed and done. After SmackDown on Friday night, we will know what the card is, and you'll know what the matches are going to be, what you can anticipate on Saturday and Sunday, and you'll know how drunk I'm going to get. Because why else would I stock up on this crap knowing that I could potentially go over on my picks? So, Friday night, immediately following SmackDown, at 10:30. Give me some time, okay? SmackDown ends at 10 o'clock. It's pre-taped. That's no problem. Give me some time. I got to have some cigs. I got to look through the card. My liver is on the line. I hate tequila. You guys know that, okay? So, furthermore, I double-locked Reigns-Goldberg to happen. If Reigns-Goldberg does not happen on that card that's coming up on Friday night, I take the double. So, all right. Friday night, join me right here on the Wrestleview YouTube channel where I will give you my WrestleMania predictions. There's going to be a fair amount of fantasy booking, a lot of COVID implications, and for the love of God, we're going to try not to fantasy book for the next 3 months. Ebony asking, can you send me an Arizona shot glass? Well, you could. You could. send me whatever info via the DMs on the Twitter. Hopefully I'll get it. I don't know. These are very trying times that we are in when it comes to pro wrestling, to where we don't have the benefits of live crowds. Speaking of live crowds, the live audience is on the queue to show up on the Milk Carton in 2 weeks. I got to try to find a good graphic for that. But till then, once again, here's the scheduling that's slated for the Wrestleview YouTube channel. Victoria and Mikey, the effervescent Mikey, showing up on here to cover the go-home show for Monday Night Raw. That was pre-taped. Going to be here on the Wrestleview YouTube channel on Monday night. Friday night, following SmackDown, join me right here. I'm going to go over the entire WrestleMania card. Probably loaded and pissed off at the wrestling media about all of their stupid reports to get bait. I'll be here. I'll give my predictions. I don't know. Also taking about 2 months' worth of this empty arena shit into account. Saturday night, following WrestleMania, gonna be right here with the effervescent Mikey to cover night 1 of WrestleMania. And then Sunday night, next week, right here with effervescent Mikey to cover night 2. Oh boy. Guys, Lewis, I'll be there just to see Drunk Doug. Hey, who doesn't? Everyone likes to see Drunk Doug. Deanna sometimes. No, Deanna does. Deanna likes to see Drunk Doug. Thank you all so much for stopping by. I apologize for the clickbait. Show up Friday night for a very interesting time. Everyone say wee! Thank you all so much for showing up in the chat room. The Grash, thank you again for the graphics. Prepare an EC3 Golden Gallon. See you all then. Until then, throughout everything wrestling related and beyond, know when you're being sold to.